Pure Amsterdam.
Sheesh, Mari, how you did this.
Yes, people, what's good? What's
In a
good?
pre-show
We're
bout
here,
that had decent
episode
wrestling but a
14, just off
non-existent
the Sam
crowd,
Hain pay-per-view.
Junior Benito defeated
We're going to
Jude
get in some
London
NWA
with a
power.
lowdown.
Let's go. Latin
Crowd
Vicha.
rating was
Yo, let's
7
roll,
because
let's
I
roll,
don't know
let's
who
roll,
the hell
let's go.
they
Let's
are.
get into it.
There's no storyline. It is what it is. But to have a segment rating of 45 is really good. The best performance Junior Benito's put in since he's been a part of the company. And Jude London, I think it's his debut. What is his debut yet? 46 in a ring. And they got no popularity. So these guys on a pre-show, yeah, it's good stuff. They've done really well. 45 segment rating, and the crowd are expectant and simmering. There's one more pre-show match. Here it is right here. Venny, just to get her on the show, really, needs to up her popularity. Denai Kai, Kylie Page, and Bozilla definitely need more matches. They need to improve in the ring. And Venny defeats Janaka, Kylie Page, and Bozilla when Venny pinned Bozilla with a springboard crossbody. Venny got a rating of 62. And this is why I need to up her popularity, because these are the kind of performances that she can pull out. But she's like 18 in most regions in the US, and 22 is like her highest rating in terms of popularity in the US in some of these regions. So it's one of them. So Janai Kai with a 44, which is the highest rating she's actually produced since she's been a part of NWA. Kylie Page with a 30, which is potentially one of the highest ratings she's achieved since she's been part of the NWA. Bozilla with a 37, it was her debut, but she needs seasoning. And Janai Kai seemed off her game, but she's always off her game. And I'm like, when is she ever going to get on again? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Let's officially start the show now. Damian Slater versus Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Damian Slater with a submission. Hurrah. And is it hurrah, another year, surely this. Is that what the submission's called? That's crazy. Damian Slater making his debut. Just enhancement talent. Um, higher technical wrestling stats. Because he's got zero popularity in the US, but it was just good to get him on TV with a ring general like Zack Sabre Jr. and they can have a technical masterclass. So Zack Sabre Jr. in-ring performance of 78. And this is why he's going to get built to be a top guy in the company. On his debut against a guy with a 45, come on. 78 is a mental score. So first match, got a 64 rating. Crowd are simmering. Ronhausen with their segment. Ronhausen talk about Nakamura attacking him. Ron says that's part of being champion. He tells Nakamura to show up tonight. The main event, he'll be in the ring, waiting for a challenger. Shinsuke, show up if you're man enough. Segment rating got a 72. As you know, Ronhausen, it's always a good segment for us. Davina Rose makes her in-ring debut. She defeats Layla Hirsch by a pinfall with a rose plant. Got a 57. Layla Hirsch 49. Layla Hirsch is someone that can kind of get built up and a little bit, but I just feel like she's not good enough in the ring, if I'm being honest. And I just used her as an enhancement talent against Davina Rose. 57, that's decent enough. And the crowd are white hot. Davina Rose's first appearance on Power. And we're changing her gimmick because she had the role model gimmick and the role model gimmick wasn't good. And then we're changing it to, because look, being poor, she's in the process of preparing a new debut Devilish as a new gimmick. Adequate. It's likely to rise over time as fans get used to the new gimmick. So that's cool. So she's got a new gimmick going on. There was actually no. We go back to the screen, the booking screen. Okay. Well, Violence Forever versus Top Flight. I don't actually know the result of that because I've clicked off of it, but it is what it is. But they got a 63 rating, which is good, which is very good. And then we'll go back to it and we'll assess it after. Because when I click continue the show, it goes to the next segment. So Davina Rose backstage. She says, everyone thinks I came to the NWA because of championships. Wrong. I came here because I watched someone walk through this division like nobody belonged in the same ring. King Kota, you've been making statements. Well, here's mine. I didn't come here to stand in your shadow. Came here to find out if you're really as good as everyone says. Everyone thought I came here to be a role model. The best trick the devil played is making people believe they didn't exist. I exist. And that advances the King Kota storyline, 61 rated segment, Davina Rose doing her thing on her mic, and that pushes the gimmick. So we've linked that to the gimmick, so that all flows nicely. Next segment, Private Party versus Los Eros. So I didn't actually explain it, which I should have explained it in the show. But with Ron Killings winning the title, there's no point of having him and Danhausen in the Crockett Cup. So we've removed them and we've replaced them with Los Eros, which is a new tag team name that we've decided. And we've decided on Dralistico and the Beast Mortos coming in. And yeah, just coming in and being a part of the Crockett Cup. So Private Party defeated Los Eros when Isaiah Cassidy pinned the Beast Mortos with a gin and juice. Now, I didn't pick a winner of this match. I didn't pick a winner. I don't really pick winners of Crockett Cup matches, if I'm being honest. I tend to leave it to the road agent. But Mark Quinn with a 59, Isaiah Cassidy with a 58, Beast Mortos 56, Jalistico 56. I mean, yeah, I mean, this is good. I mean, I don't think Private Party are going to be using AEW very much. They're obviously decent in the ring. So, if we can keep them on for a while, yeah, why not? Wrestling rating 57, crowd rating 32, segment rating 50. It's a good segment. It's a good segment overall. And then we get to the interview. Colby Carino speaks about winning the NWA Alliance World title. He thanks everyone who believed and helped him, especially Ron Killings, and wishes him luck tonight. Danhausen makes an appearance, congratulates Colby on his win. War Dog's El Fantasmo is walking by. He stops, he laughs at Colby, and keeps on walking. And that started a segment with them, a storyline with them. Danhausen comes across well. Phantasmo benefited from having groundswell of public support. The others in the War Dog haven't been very good in the ring. But El Phantasmo is definitely someone who's very good in the ring. So let's say I was going to get rid of the War Dogs. He's one that would stay, I believe. But the segment rating is 58. So I'm happy with that. That's really good. And let's get to the world title, the main event. And let's see who Ron Killings is facing. Let me just shut my gate before then. Yeah, I'm back. The sound of the gate was just getting on my nerves. So, who does he face? Mustafa Ali answers the challenge, and Ron Killings defeats Mustafa Ali with a "What's up?" and makes it defense number one of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Ron Killings said he's going to be a fighting champion, so every week, maybe similar to a Darby Allin type reign, you're going to see Ron wrestling. He's 53. We don't have time to do long drawn out storylines with him. I don't see. I mean, we kind of brought him in because it was really popular and to help push other people and elevate talent. He's now 3-time NWA World Heavyweight title winner. He's a champion, doing really well, and let him perform in the ring and let him face challenges. And eventually, you never know what will happen. But Ron Killings with a 54, Mustafa Ali gets a 60. Very good for Mustafa Ali. The national storyline advanced in this segment because Aramis, who just lost to Mustafa Ali at the pay-per-view, was in the crowd, and the segment got a 61 rating. Crowd rating was 47, which is really, really good. And let's see what we got in the end. 61, show increased in popularity in 7 regions, benefited from having a wide selection of angles, and obviously, look, it appeared worse because of all these factors that are here, which you're always going to get penalised for. Financially, overall loss 23,000, but I think that's more because the show costs have increased a lot, so it's a little bit difficult. Popularity, thought it would have been Canada. The show also went back to 2 hours. So, obviously, let's make it shorter again. So we've brought the show down to an hour and a half. And an hour and a half, we use less people. We just have, we try to finish up the Crockett Cup and everything will be cheaper. Attendance 350 is a sellout. Massive. That's the most we've had, I think, for a power show. 36,637 viewers. So I'm really happy with that. 61 rated. I'm happy with that across the board. And didn't really have anything that stood out too much. So maybe because, lack of the stars and things like that. And because those stars lacked, also merchandising took a hit because this is what we need to remember. As soon as I started this save, I went straight onto making this rapid, okay, and starting the upgrade. So it's 600 a week on top of the running costs, 1,250 a month. We are at level 4. Now, because we're at level 4, that means we only sell merchandise. We only sell merchandise when the wrestlers are in the building. So the wrestlers will be in the building and they will sell their merchandise at the show themselves. So whoever's on the show can sell their merchandise, can get a bit of time to sell their merchandise. So upgrade progress, we're at 84. It moves up once a week. So maybe in the next few weeks we get to level 5. Once we get to level 5, that'll be a game changer because this will go up to 10, I believe, $10 per popularity per region, per popularity point per region each month on the mail order side of the business. And then I think this will go up to $5 in regards to per fan in attendance. So once we get to level 5, we will start seeing a massive change in money coming in. So we've got the Crockett Cup 2025 pay-per-view coming up in 30 days. I did change them around. I did put a new pay-per-view in, but we're going to put in a Crockett Cup. And because there's a show on it. So, and obviously with the Crockett Cup, it has to be won at the Crockett Cup pay-per-view. So I'm cool with that. Seems like last year on this save, it was a what do you call it? A trios thing. So they talk about the importance of it, but 3 years in the 80s, 2019, 2022, 2023, 2024. So it's been quiet for a long time, but it's one of the most prestigious things we've actually got. Regards to production, I mean, it's one of them. This is kicking us financially. Obviously the workers, like there's a lot of money being spent, but um, yeah, but yeah, we'll work around it though. You know, this the money we're spending is investment. I think we're okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So Darius Lockhart's rusty. Maybe I can send him off to other promotions. Remember to do that. Segment rating 41. Kid Lycos 2. Okay, much better than their first match. Ace Perry, decent, 40. His first one, so that's cool. Darius Lockhart, 39 in his debut. Yeah, a lot to think about there. Mozilla vs. Kylie Page. Again, Kylie Page is upped it to 32, which is last week was 30. So this is probably like she broke. record in terms of her highest rated in ring performance. Mozilla with a 36. That's good. Kaito Kiyomiya makes his debut. He gets a 54, and this is the type of person I'm talking about. Jude London's come in and got 48. Jude London has already proven that he's someone that can wrestle and that can hang here. Kaito Kiyomiya coming in with a 54 tells me that he needs to be all over the show and is someone that we need to raise. We know from his stats, um, from his star quality and things like that, he can really come up and be the ace of this company. And I think it's someone we really need to build around. But it's just getting him on TV to start. Even though it's pre-show, to get people to, recognize him. And then we could probably start easing him in. But these are the guys, the younger guys that will need seasoning, will need to raise the popularity, whilst the older guys like the Shinsuke's and whatnot, they hold up the name value. And these guys will be, bubbling up underneath them. And then eventually we can ask one of them, right, let's put this guy over, let's put this guy over, and do things like that. And they can enter programs with those people once they get the hot momentum or the white hot momentum. So, yeah. So the first segment show starts. Crowd heat hot and rising. Maria talks about the future of ACH. He doesn't want her client to stagnate. She says he is an amazing talent and has already held gold in the NWA. She believes he deserves an opportunity. Billy Corgan asks what opportunity. Maria says, well, since Ron is fighting every week, maybe ACH can have a title shot next week. Billy Corgan says that's fine by him. And Danhausen is caught eavesdropping and makes a funny exit. Segment rating 54. Maria Kanellis is on the show. She don't have to complain anymore. And yeah. So the first match, Wild Broader had decent wrestling, but obviously didn't have much heat. Killer Kelly defeated Tomoko Inaba with a super kick. Killer Kelly's back on TV. Tomoko Inaba, in-ring performance 46 is her debut. Gimmick is poor, but 56 segment rating for a match that had no heat and got the crowd hot. I mean, I'm happy with that. House of Page said they won't go away. Kenzie talks about people she fought in order for her to win and retain the world title. Saraya mocks Ronda and says no matter what, Kenzie will always be the women's champion of NWA. She is the NWA. Kenzie says she's going to go back to the drawing board and she'll see her title soon. Segment rating 56. And the crowd is white hot. We then move on to the next match in the Crockett Cup tournament. And I'm looking at the segment rating, and this is wonderful. So the Syndicate defeated Private Party, and Shelton Benjamin pinned Mark Quinn with a play dirt. In terms of ring work, Shelton Benjamin was head and shoulders above everyone else, and this match was part of the Crockett Cup tournament. Mark Quinn 52, Isaiah Cassidy 61, which I'm really impressed with actually. Shelton Benjamin got a 71, Cedric got a 52. Cedric Alexander was really off his game. Brother Greatness did good work at ringside, so him being with the Syndicate works. So happily, I would get rid of Razor and a Cam. Isaiah Cassidy's took a stump bump, and yeah, and then obviously the storyline has advanced with them and the Calamari Catch Kings in Chris Brooks and Jonathan Gresham, because Chris Brooks was on commentary in this match, and we don't seem to have been penalised poorly for commentary. So I'm happy with that. 71 segment rating. I'm really happy with that rating. That is wonderful. Shin Skywalker defeated Leon Slater with a Skywalker moonsault. 57 for Shin Skywalker. 53 for Leon Slater. Shin Skywalker debuted his Skywalker gimmick, and it got initial rating of great. Shin Skywalker and Leon Slater don't seem to click, and it made for an awkward bout. But even though they didn't click, they still perform well, and the segment still managed to get a 57. So I'm happy with that. Shun Skywalker is on the show, and he will be featuring more. We're going to see if we can try and get him on an exclusive. Ronhausen, 87, man. Mental. Ronhausen talk about last week's victory over Mustafa Ali. Ron says he's again tonight waiting for a challenger. He again calls out Nakamura to show up after attacking them 2 weeks ago. And again, this boosts the A segment. Crowd is very hot. Segment rating 87. That's perfect. And then this one, this is excellent as well. 79 segment rating. Um, Calamari Catch Kings defeated Top Flight when Chris Brooks pinned Dante Martin with an Ito special. I'm giving Chris Brooks the pinfalls because then he can rise in popularity and get more of on the level of Jonathan Gresham. Jonathan Gresham carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. This match was part of the Crockett Cup tournament. Dante with a 58, Darius with a 65, Jonathan Gresham with a 78, and Chris Brooks with a 66. This is unreal. Dante and Darius both took a stump bump. They're both teams got tag team specialist bonus. Both teams have excellent chemistry working together. Crowd were hot at 38. Wrestling was rated 67. The segment rating is 79. I need to look at the dirt sheets and see if there's any criticisms of this match. Dante Martin was penalised for physical condition, and the commentary quality was penalised for low experience, and that is all that was wrong with this match. This is a pay-per-view level match, so maybe in the future, maybe this can be ran back again. Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler. The Ronda Rousey promo got 61, and Shayna attacking her got 58. Segment rating got 63 in total, and the storyline advanced and has gained heat, so I'm happy with that. Shayna Baszler is now on TV and is someone who is a proper challenger towards Ronda Rousey. And this is excellent. And this is why I put Metalik in the final, in a match for the title because I knew he will carry this bloody match because he has been absolutely magnificent, which is why he has the TV title, so he can wrestle every single week. So in a bout that had good heat, Ron Killings defeated Metalik in 13 minutes, 1 second with a WhatsApp. The match was designed so the wrestlers can go out and try and steal the show. Ron Killing makes defense number 2 of the NWA World Heavyweight title. Metalik is not as popular as Ron Killings, so a match this good with Ron Killings should increase Metalik's popularity as well. Ron Killings got a 60, Metalik had a 70. Danhausen did good work at ringside. The crowd were buzzing. Segment rating 72, crowd rating 45. That is a hot crowd by our standards. And yeah, so let's finish the show. I think this is a good note for us to finish the stream on. 370 people in attendance as well. I think Red Oak Ballroom is 375, so not quite a sellout, but it's the most people that we've had at a show so far in terms of a weekly power. And we got a 71 rating, even though we got all of these like reds. Show benefited from a wide selection of angles. It increased in popularity in 18 regions. We've managed to get a 71. I'm buzzing. I'm happy. What can I say? What can we say? That is a good way. That will be that's a great way to finish off the stream. That is amazing. 370 people, overall rating 71. Yeah, I mean, what can I say, man? What can I say? I can't say anything. I'm happy. I'm really happy that we've managed to do that with all of these reds. I mean, I didn't know if I was going to see another 71 until I got to or what do you call it? Until I got to, you know, the bigger size in terms of company or just like um, you know, what do you call it? Uh or up to my production quality. So that's really good. 370 people as well. Overall loss, still 27 grand, and that's due to the production costs as well. The workers were obviously expensive as well. Um, and I think again, Crockett Cup, so it's one of them. And once we get back to more, because before the Crockett Cup was only really having like one tag match on the show. So yeah, merchandise $925. And that's it. Yeah, we've increased in popularity across the regions. I'm happy. So this is good. 40,000 viewers, 40,500 viewers on the weekly show, which is probably the highest we've ever had. Um, Again, I was really happy with Metalique's performance. Calamari Catch Kings, uh, Jonathan Gresham really pulled it out of the bag on that one. The Syndicate, again, Shelton Benjamin, a 70. When people are putting 70s on the show, it's really encouraging. Um, and yeah, this could really be with the best wrestle. Let me see about Kato's popularity. His popularity was 12, probably because it's pre-show, it's still 12. But once we get him on the show, I think we're going to get him on the show now and start having him go through opponents, if I'm being honest. Um, where are we in terms of Chris Brooks's popularity? Yeah, it's definitely raised in popularity now. I wonder where Gresham is popularity. Yeah, these are good numbers, Jonathan Gresham. These are really good numbers for him. From where he was when he first joined us. He's definitely someone that shouldn't be overlooked. Um, Finn Skywalker, 27 popularity. So after his debut, he's gone up by 3 points. So that's good as well. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? This has been a really good show. Um, this has been a really good show. Where are we with the merchandise? Let's save this because I don't do auto save anymore. We're at 88. So what does it say at the top there? With the merchandise. Merchandise department is responsible for the creation and sale of products relating to the company and its workers. These products range from t-shirts, action figures, to trading cards, to posters. The more advanced the merchandise department, the more successful it will be making money from company's current fan base. So 71 rated power. A really good show. Um, the main event, excellent. Calamari Catch Kings performing really well. Syndicate versus Private Party, the Ronhausen angle, and we're putting up TV that people want to watch. The only thing that's dragging the final grades is the production. Uh, but so it shows that these aren't booking mistakes. It's infrastructure, and once those improve, our exact same card is going to grade noticeably higher. So the money is the only area we need to start keeping a close eye on, because the workers' expense, but we need to kind of have a look at that. Um, and yeah, I mean, yeah, we're good. Like I said, once we hit level 5, we're literally probably 3 weeks away from the upgrades. And then that will double the amount order income, and that will be a higher income per live attendees, and it will give us access to worker specific merchandise. So where we have names like Ronda Rousey, Shinsuke Nakamura, Maestro Speed, Ace Austin, Davina Rose, it should be more of a meaningful revenue stream. And one of the things we like looking at, Jonathan Gresham, popularity gone from 34, 48 to 50 odd. Enormous jump in only a few months. And we've kind of made him feel like a genuine featured act. He's gone from a respected independent wrestler to someone who's becoming one of the faces of the company. So I think we're entering the next phase. Um, it was build popularity, establish ties, but now it's like keeping losses manageable for another few weeks, finish the Crockett Cup, reach level 5 of the merchandise, and then we can let the online merch and rising popularity start paying for the star-studded roster. I think the biggest positive for me isn't just a 71 show, it's that the roster is producing depth, and the 79 tag match and the 87 Runhausen segment, we're not relying on one or two people anymore. And this save is become really sustainable rather than just depending on a single main event program. So I'm really happy about that, and the viewership in the crowd. that's where we are with that. Who's not hot? I'll get him at the company. And yeah, I'm really happy. Ace Austin is still the number one heel at the moment. We're giving him a little bit of a rest on TV, just so he's not overexposed. We're letting him breathe a little bit, and he will be coming back. He will be coming back because he's not just going to accept losing his title after holding it for 139 days. Metalik, major star, same amount of momentum. I do have a little concern about the doesn't work for me brother attribute that he has, but it's okay. Jonathan Gresham is perceived as a major star. Kenzie Page still a major star, and AR Fox is perceived as a major star as well. Look at some hidden gems. Not that we need any more people to sign for the company. Still the same. Donovan Dijak, Bronson. I don't know if Jonathan Gresham isn't exclusive. He'd want 1,100 per show. And what's he currently on now? 260 a show. So he's not been upgraded since the I guess Austin was. Meta Leak's not been upgraded either. Still on 210 a show. Popularity's really gone up. He's asked for 500 a show. I'll give him 4 if he's exclusive. You haven't got opportunities elsewhere, so just sign the deal. Okay, that's fine. We'll just leave him then. And yeah, so listen, I'm happy at the moment. I think, we're starting to make good use of the old pre-show, getting some reps in for some people. It's just with the show workers, we just need to watch it a little bit, not have to include so many people. I think Akam and Reza are going to be gone. Probably shouldn't have released them. I probably should have just had um, Akam lose to someone. I'm going to put him in a match against Kato, just for Kato can get put over. I think that'll make sense. So yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I'll do all the admin and whatnot. And yeah, the next time, let's check events. The next stream we will do, because it will probably be Thursday, we'll make sure it's a decent stream. We've got 3 powers to book and a Crockett Cup pay-per-view. So we might just do the 3 powers on the next stream and do the Crockett Cup another time. So yeah. But anyway, for tuning in, thank you very much. And yeah, man. Find me all over the place. Drop me a message. Go on my YouTube. Drop a comments on the YouTube. It's I Could Amsterdam 1 on YouTube. Obviously on my Twitch, I've got links to, Instagram, Twitter, my Kick channel, which I don't really use at the moment. I'm going to start sorting things out so I can stream simultaneously on both of them. Drop a comment on the NWA series on the YouTube. Any messages, let me know. I'll reply. And yeah, let's just stay locked in, man. Let's just stay locked in. I mean, we're kind of cooking with this save. We're building up. We're getting NWA somewhere really nice. And I'm happy with where we are at the moment. So yeah, continue this ride, man. And see you guys soon. And I'm out.
So don't worry if ik spreek een beetje Nederlands. En don't worry if ik kom uit de Engeland. I Could Amsterdam, ben ik honger. I just came for smallers and some pictures for the gram. I'm back in the city, man. Peace.